Living with Lolita, grab a notebook and a pen. It's not about where you start, but how you win. There is no topic that can't be discussed. This platform is open, no need to hush.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lolita and welcome to another episode of Living with Lolita. Now we're going to get honest here, okay? When you look in the mirror, you're looking at yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Can you honestly say that you love and are satisfied with every single thing about yourself? Like you don't want to add anything, you don't want to take away anything, you don't want to erase anything. You totally just love who you are. Period. I'm going to be the first to admit it. No, I do not. There are certain things about myself that I wish that I could change. Certain things I know that I have no control over, so they will never change. And some things I do. I'm too scared to go under the knife, so that's why I say that some things I know that I'll never change. Like for instance, I'll start with the minor things. My ears, I feel like are huge. When I was younger, of course, they were bigger because I was younger. As I grew up, my head got bigger, so it didn't look as bad, but I used to want them pinned back. But now I'm like, I'm fine, I used to want to wear my hair in a way that would camouflage them, or at least to hide them, cover them up. I used to wear like really big earrings. Like right now I wear really big earrings, but that's because that is just what I like and not really to camouflage, what my ears look like. But I never wore my hair back. I always, even if I wore it up, it would have to be like a big style because I felt like this is just me. It doesn't have to make sense, but I would wear like a style to where, my hair was really full so that would take the concentration off of my ears. And not saying that people were really even looking at them. It was just me, But up until like a few years ago, I started wearing my hair all the way back, because at this point, I'm grown. I have to get out of this whole, I think my ears are too big, so I'm going to hide them phase. That's something that I did when I was younger, and I'm over it at this point. Do I still think they're big? Yeah, I think that they're big. Can I do anything about it? No, I can't, because I'm not going to go get them pinned back. I don't want no surgical procedure. I might look funny then, because they kind of make me. So I'm just like, no, I'm just going to leave it alone. But that's that. One of the biggest things though, for me is my weight. Now, right now, me and weight have a love-hate relationship. I'll say that. And right now, weight is winning, right? Because I feel more comfortable with extra weight on me. Now, I've always been small. When I was younger, I was small. When I was in high school, I wore a size like 0 to 2. And I've had 4 children, couldn't gain any weight. I've tried these protein shakes from the GNC store, couldn't gain any weight. I've done these exercises, didn't gain any weight. Birth controls, didn't gain any weight. Like I'm just naturally small. So maybe about like 6 years ago, maybe I started gaining weight. And I got up to a whopping 135, y'all. But that 135, I felt like it filled me out. Like it filled out my face, it filled out my arms, my legs, my hips. I had a little booty. I thought I was content. Like if I could have gained, like 10 more pounds, I would have definitely did that. But then I started stressing out about, different things that have been happening in my life. And it has been eating away. The weight has been diminishing little by little, week after week. It has been falling off. And it's mainly because I can't eat. Now, I know some people have this thing where, if they're stressed out, they overeat. But when I'm stressed out, I have opposite, okay? And I cannot eat. Like, I want to be able to eat at least 4 small meals a day. I want to be able to eat snacks in between. You know, I cannot do that. Like, I can't do it because the stress is overtaking me. And I know it's a mind thing. I know it's a mental thing. So I don't know, maybe y'all can help me out with that. But when I'm smaller, because I know I can gain weight now. So when I'm smaller, I'm just like, do I really want this person to hug me? Because I feel that, you know, they can either feel my bones, or they're going to be like, they might say something about me being small. And some people have, this is not in my head, because some people have said, oh, well, you're really small, or oh, you're so tiny. Yeah, I know that, but thank you, you know. And some people get really rude, and maybe they don't think that they're rude. Maybe they don't think that it's going to hurt my feelings. When you say things like, oh, well, you can't afford to miss a meal. You know, if I say something, if I'm having a conversation with someone, and let's say we're talking about stress, and I'm like, you know, I can't really eat, you know, whatever. And they're like, oh, well, you can't afford to miss a meal. Thanks. I appreciate that. Because it's almost like, you know, I feel that sometimes people don't believe that there's a such thing as like skinny shaming, because there is. I don't think there's just a thing called fat shaming. But I will say that if I said something like, you sure you gonna eat that donut? That's gonna hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that people weigh that the same. I think that they think they can say something to a small person because we're obviously okay with being small, but we just can't say the same thing or say something to a bigger person because they're going to get in their feelings. People have to look at it from both sides of the fence. But that is something that really bothers me. And that bothers me when people point it out to me, because it's not like it's something I don't know, you know? And maybe they think I'm okay with it because when I put my clothes on, I'm not going to walk out this door with my head like looking at the ground. I'll walk up with my head held high, you know? I will make it seem like I have all the confidence in the world, but in my head, I'm like, oh, God, I really don't like the way I look right now. You know what I'm saying? But I can't walk around how I feel, because why leave the house? But yeah, just like things like that. I just feel that, you know, people just need to be more cognizant of what they say and whose feelings that they may hurt. Because we all have issues, no matter what weight we are, no matter what we look like. Because I'm going to say this, like sometimes I look in the mirror and I just think my face looks weird. Like literally, sometimes I'm like, I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, you look pretty today. And then some days I'm like, I don't know what it is, but you're looking really weird today. And I know that I do not need to be doing these things. I know that I don't need to do these things. I have caught myself a couple times, not really picking on my body, but other things. And my daughter might say something to me like, Mommy, you're fine. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I just keep it moving. And I'm guilty of that. I'm not going to lie. Like, I am guilty of saying little things about myself. But I also don't want it to rub off on my kids. I have 2 older ones that, you know, they have their own self-esteem. They have very high self-esteem. But then I still have 2 little ones who are still growing into themselves. And I need to be a better example. I don't need to knock myself down. I don't want them to do that, you know, because it's almost like I'm being a hypocrite, you know. I do it to myself, but then I don't want them to do it to themselves. And it shouldn't be like that. I do need to lead by example. I'm the mom. So yeah, I just feel like, do y'all ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like there's certain things about yourself that you would want to change? Now, if it's not a natural thing, I'm not going to change it. Because I'm not going under the knife. I'm just so afraid of that. I watch TV and listen to certain things about, you know, people getting nips and tucks and trying to remove things and, I don't know, get, what do you call it, BBLs and stuff. am not going to go through those links, okay? I'll just be small for the rest of my life, okay? But I'm not going to nobody's doctor. I don't care how certified you are. I don't care how many success stories you have. It just ain't going to be me laying on your table, okay? I need to be more satisfied with the person that I am. And I know everything is not about the outside. I know that God made us all unique, first of all. It's meant for me to be small. Like I said, I've tried everything, all these little tricks. If I can get my 30 pounds back, I would definitely do that. I'm working on that, by the way. But I know that he made us all unique. You know, I, for instance, have these freckles on my face, which, by the way, I absolutely love. But then, this is another thing. And I know, oh God, I know I'm really bad right now. But this is something that actually I didn't notice about myself that somebody else noticed about me years and years and years ago. And I think we were in the car together and the guy told me that I had a bump on my nose, right? So now I know that I have this bump on my nose. So my profile, you can definitely see it. But that is an example of somebody picking something out about you and giving you a complex. You know, that's no better than you giving yourself a complex. But when somebody else does it, it really stings. Like, it stings. And I don't even know what the basis of him telling me that I had a bump on my nose was. Like, we weren't mad at each other. It was literally like we were driving in the car and maybe he just noticed it at that point in time and felt like he needed to point that out. And I could have pointed out about 10 things about him, but I kept my mouth shut. You know, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I just feel that people are just so, oh God, they just make you want to just strangle them sometimes. But I don't know, guys. I'm going to love myself from the inside out, first of all. And I think that I have been doing a very good job of loving myself from the inside out. Because the outside doesn't really matter so much. I know that I am a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I'm a rainbow even, okay? I know that I have a bomb personality. I know that I'm fun. I know that people actually like to hang around me. You know, I think that I'm funny. There's a lot of good things about me, you know, from the inside, you know, and I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what I look like on the outside, because to me it does. I like to look nice, you know, I like nice things. I like my hair done, you know, there's certain things that I like, you know, so I'm not going to make it seem like outward appearances don't mean anything to me, because they do. And maybe it doesn't mean so much to the next person, but I feel like we all should have a level of esteem about ourselves. And I think it should be higher and not lower. So I just wanted to, first of all, get that off of my chest, okay? Because I had that issue this morning when I woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, you look kind of weird today. But I still went about my day. It's okay. Like, it's totally fine that I look crazy today, because tomorrow I don't know, I might wake up and be like, girl, you look beautiful today. And that's what I really do need to continue doing, or whatever. I am starting that with my children. Well, not my son, you know, I say give him other affirmations, but you know, for my daughter, you know, just to like look at yourself and say, hey, I'm beautiful. Say, like, speak positivity into yourself. And I think that is what matters the most. Like, she has her own little way about herself right now where she is like, you know, she likes to wear her hair natural. And at first, I'm not going to lie, I didn't like it. But it's her personality. This is what, you know, how she expresses herself. This is what she's comfortable in. And just because I'm not comfortable wearing my hair like that doesn't mean she shouldn't be comfortable wearing her hair like that. So I applaud my kids for teaching me lessons, first of all. Like, they teach me things every day. So yeah, I hope that I really helped somebody with this episode, because like I said, I know I'm not the only one. Y'all are not going to have me here alone thinking that I'm the only one that looks in the mirror and is like, girl, you look crazy today. because I know I'm not. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just know things will definitely change for me. Things will definitely change. I'll definitely have just a different outlook when I look at myself in the mirror. And I know that when I die, people are not going to read my obituary and be like, oh, if she only would have gained some more weight, or be picking certain things out about me. I know that the inside is what they're going to talk about. They're not going to talk about, you know, how pretty or beautiful, or, you know, what I could have done to myself to make myself look a certain way. They're not going to talk about that. So I don't need to even put that much concentration on superficial things, because that's really what it is. It's superficial. But yeah, let's just operate and love ourselves the way God intended us to, because whether I'm this weight or 30 pounds heavier, whether my ears are big or small, whether my legs are, if I have chicken legs, or if I have, I don't know, big thighs, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. So we just need to be mindful of that, be cognizant, love yourself, give yourself affirmations, tell yourself that you're beautiful, tell yourself that you're handsome, that you're fine, that you look good today. Pick out the best qualities about yourself. Those are important. So I hope that this helps someone. I hope that you all will start your day off with a positive affirmation. I think that you speaking life into yourself is the most important thing. And it is good for other people to say it, but it's good for you to say it and also believe it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for living with Lolita. Check out my t-shirt. All right, I will talk to y'all later. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Her experience has created a safe place. One time with living with Lolita is all it will take. One time with living with Lolita is all it will take. Living with Lolita, living with Lolita, living with Lolita is all it will take.